So now I actually updated this class name, and here we have this class. So inside this class, we have the main method. So as you can see, I actually named it main class so that there is not going to be a conflict between this class name and this method name. Now I want to create another class, right? This is the class that is created by the program, by the Visual Studio for us. Now I want to create my own class. So how I can do that? Here inside this Solution Explorer, select these classes and objects here. This is the namespace, right? Right click on it, and then here click on Add, and at the bottom you can see this class. Or you can actually click on this new item, and then here inside this Visual C# items, you can select this class, and at the bottom you can specify the name. So let me show you the both ways. You can actually select this classes and objects namespace, and then you can right click on it, and at the bottom, and here you can click on Add, and at the bottom you can just click on class. So Visual C# items class, and here I just need to specify the name of the class, right? So now I can delete this default value, and here I can name it, for example, animal, right? So this is going to be the name of the class, and then just click on Add. So the animal class is actually created. You can see this file animal.cs here inside this Solution Explorer. So now we have this class inside this namespace, classes and objects, and this means that these two classes can actually know about each other. This animal class can actually know about the existence of this main class, and this main class already knows about the existence of this animal class, because these classes are actually inside the classes and objects namespace. So if I actually click on this animal.cs, you can see this class here, and you can see this namespace here again. Namespace, classes and objects. And I told you, if you delete this namespace here in the code, nothing is going to happen, because already the compiler knows that this animal class is inside this classes and objects namespace. You can delete that code here inside our C# editor. So class animal, right? So now let me talk about a little bit about classes. Classes are actually like blueprints. So for example, you want to create a car, right? You want to create a car. So in order to create a car, the first thing that you need is actually a blueprint that teaches you how you can step by step create that car, right? So the classes are exactly like blueprints that teaches someone how you can how to create an object of any type. So here we created a class called animal, right? So this means that we have actually a blueprint that is going to teach us how to create an animal object, right? That's why it's called animal class, because it is going to be a blueprint for this for creating animals in program. So now let's specify, let's actually put some logics, let's put some variables here in order to let other classes or other people who wants to create an animal, let them know about how to create an animal. First of all, you know that every animal has a name, right? So inside this class, inside the curly braces of this class, I can actually create a variable. So here I can actually say private. So what is this private? I put this private keyword, right? What is this? This is actually the access modifier that is going to specify that the variable or the method that we are going to create here is going to be accessible only inside this animal class. No classes outside of the scope of this animal class is allowed to access this variable that I am going to create. So only this class, animal class, is allowed to access this variable or method that I am going to create, because this is private. This is private only to the scope. By scope, I mean the curly braces, right? This is private. This is actually private only to the scope of this animal class. Outside of this class, it is actually inaccessible. So private, and in order to create a variable, I told you, you must first specify the data type of that variable. So the data type of our variable is going to be of type string, right? And now I need to specify the name of the variable. So the name is going to be animal name, semicolon. So this is actually a private, so it is only accessible only inside the curly braces of this animal class. And the data type is string, so this means that this variable is going to accept only values of type string. And the name is animal name. and we actually put a semicolon here, this means that we just declared this variable. We did not initialize this variable.